What's going on, guys? I hope you're all well. I've got the Champions League final on there and I'm absolutely exhausted today. The fast is getting to me, but yeah, if it interrupts, I've got the final on there, so that's probably the noise you're hearing. But let's talk Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia says that he took the fight with Errol Spence too soon. He shouldn't have taken that fight. And he feels that he should have taken a few fights at welterweight. Now, I agree with Mikey Garcia. I don't feel like you could just jump in with a guy that's the best in the weight when you're coming from 2 weights below. It's just silly. To be honest, there's no way you're going to beat a guy that's very highly skilled, that's young, that's in his prime. When you're jumping up 2 weights and you're fighting just the top guy. I commend Mikey Garcia for his competitive edge and competitive nature of the person that he is, but I just don't think it's possible to win when you're moving up such, dramatic move up like 2 weight categories. It's just not, you're just not going to win. It's going to be very difficult for you to even compete, let alone win. And that's what we saw with Mikey Garcia. He wasn't even able to compete with Errol Spence. Errol Spence was too big, too strong, and just too skillful for Mikey Garcia. He outclassed him. He used his physical advantage to completely outclass Mikey Garcia. And actually, Mikey Garcia was left embarrassed after that fight. I thought he was completely out of his depth. I feel that Mikey Garcia needed to be more strategical with his approach moving to welterweight. I think he should have taken a fight with someone like Danny Garcia, which he's in talks to do now. I think that's the kind of step he should have made. But I think it was a case where Mikey Garcia thought, if I move up to welterweight, if I a top guy in the welterweight, I might not come through that fight, then the Spence fight is gone. So I think Mikey Garcia thought, why not, if I'm moving up to welterweight, they're all risk fights, why not just fight the best guy and gamble for all the marbles? But unfortunately it didn't work out for him, and Errol Spence totally outclassed and embarrassed him, if I'm honest. And actually, in doing what he did, because Mikey Garcia was a pound for pound fighter, his stock has massively gone down, because like I said, when you take that step, he thought he had nothing to lose. But the only way he had nothing to lose if he put up a good fight and he didn't embarrass himself. He kind of embarrassed himself in that fight, where he was totally outclassed and totally outmatched. Where people thought that Spence would be too big and too strong, they didn't expect Spence to be too skillful. And that's what he was. Spence was just too skillful for Mikey Garcia. And I think the way Mikey Garcia lost really hurt him, because he was totally outclassed and totally out of his depth, which many people didn't think would happen to Mikey Garcia. But, Errol Spence just showed there was, that he's levels above Garcia. And people thought that Garcia would give Errol Spence a lot of trouble, but Errol Spence's size and physical advantages that he's got will pay off in the fight. And he didn't even, to be honest, his size, and he was just a better boxer. He just outclassed him, like I said. And Mikey Garcia was terrible. He was terrible, and I think Mikey Garcia was really hurt by that. We haven't seen Mikey Garcia come out and give a lot of interviews. I think he did one with Boxing Social. But I think Mikey Garcia's credibility was really hurt after that loss. And I think many people now don't even have him in the top 5 pound for pound. People probably before the Spence fight didn't have him in the top 5. Definitely had him in the top 10. I think you probably could still have him towards the back, of the top 10, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. I think that's where he belongs now after his loss against Errol Spence, because like I said, it was an embarrassing defeat for a guy like Mikey Garcia, who's a pound for pound champion, pound for pound fighter. So when you're a pound for pound fighter, when you get destroyed or outclassed like that, it hurts your credibility for sure. I think Mikey Garcia spot on that he took that fight prematurely. He should have fought a fight at 147 and then gone in with Spence if he was successful against a guy lower than Spence. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Mikey Garcia that he wasn't ready for a fight with Spence? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys remember to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.